Okay, good evening, everyone. Let me just get the camera sorted. That should be it. So, um, hopefully you can hear me nice and clearly, and we'll just get straight on with the chat. All the plugs are on the adverts at the start. If there's anything you want to look at, you just hop over to mediumcharliekelly.co.uk, and all the workshops and classes are all on there in their own little bit. So if there's anything you want, I can't believe it. Sorry. There you go, it's now on silent. So if there's anything you want from there, just head over there. As always, just before I start, if you want to help with the channel, um, and do like a donation, ever $1, $5, whatever it is, to help the channel. That's the PayPal, which will be on the link here somewhere. It's chaz.kelly at hotmail.co.uk. And obviously, super chats. You got super chats on here, but with super chats, don't forget that take a small portion of that, um, total transparency. All money's received via either or. Just go back into the channel. So let's get started. So I can see the chat box is filling up. So hi everyone. I'll get to your question as quickly as possible, and I'm here for as long as the questions come in, and then from there we can we'll see how it goes. So thank you all for joining me, and I look forward to the in ahead. So let's see what we got. Okay, so um, animal communication. Hiya. So a question from Jane that was sent on the inbox. Just so you know, if you can't make the live feed, we do accept the questions prior, and that's why some of these questions are posted up by Carol, admin. And she puts who they're from. So this question is from Jane. So if you're watching this, say Jane, thank you for submitting a question. After watching your video, The Mindset, when you think of the spirit world, do you feel any different, such as a relaxed state or no different? To be honest, I used to have like calling cards or rituals that would go with that. So I would feel maybe like a shiver or a tingling or something like that. Not so much now. It's been doing it a while now, so it's one of those things that I've just grown used to, um, connecting with the spirit world. I don't have so much. I don't have so many problems there now, in connecting. So, do I feel any different? I don't look to feel any different. So, I hope that answers your question, Jane. Next question is from someone called Kelly. I just heard a medium that I gave a thumbs up to just say that automatic writing, not inspired writing, but automatic writing was a form of mental medium. I hope he's wrong because I believed all these years that this was a form of physical. Me- um, I understand. I understand for it to be physical mediumship that everyone in the room must be witnessing the same thing. Isn't automatic writing when spirit takes hold of the pen by itself, no one holding it and writes. No one's holding the pen. Okay, if no one's holding the pen and the spirit world take the pen while you have a medium in a heavily altered state, yes, that would be a form of physical. If you have a medium holding the pen and in an altered state, I don't, my opinion, I don't think that comes under physical. That would be a heavily altered state, um, and their hand and their arm, their mind to do. That would be a mental. So I'm just reading it. The question just keeps on going. Also, is this direct writing a new term? Me, which is why I ask. I think terms that I was told that true automatic writing was. What am I misunderstanding? Terminology. It could be the terminology. And I think it's a huge grey area in a lot of areas within the mediumship banner. So you would have inspired writing, which be you have an idea, then you're writing it down. Spirit world are doing it. There's a wonderful medium about the history called Chico Xavier from Brazil. He's got a wonderful way of doing dramatic writing, and that was a very clear form of mental mediumship. But if the pen's going on its own, then that would be may fall under the terminology. I've done a video today on how I would call something mediumship, and a lot of people in the UK would call it clairvoyance. It's just the wrong term for me. Clairvoyance is only one of the senses, but we are very familiar with the term clairvoyance. So well, I call that medium from there. So yeah, it could be down to terminology. One in Melissa. So good evening, Melissa. Thank you very much for the PayPal from Brittany. Flashed up on my phone there, so thank you very much. Sounds in and out. I was worried about that. Sound is in and out. So let me try adjusting it correctly. Let's see if that's any better. Hopefully that's a little bit better. If not, I'll just flick over to middle. I'll just swap it over. I'm not dropping frames or anything. That one there. I'm not dropping frames or anything like that. So the internet is good. So I'll just get in there audio fixed now. So and then I'll get on to next. Try this manually. No matter how much you prepare for this kind of thing, you just can't do everything. A pain in the backside, and try this anyway. Whether 2 seconds. This one. Hopefully that's a little bit better. So hopefully the sound's a lot better now. Let me know in the comments, and if not, I'll try and do something about it. Anyway, so back to where we was. So Melissa, so that was the one I done, wasn't it, Melissa? Automatic writing. How does it work? How do you discern fear from fake? It's a huge topic, fear to fake, and it's not just in automatic writing. It's absolutely everywhere. I will always fall back to evidence. If there's evidence there that it's someone else, then that dispels everything. The problem you have is you have a lot of ideas such as channeling and all that kind of stuff that just doesn't sit right with me as an individual. So I think always rely on evidence, and once you've got evidence, then you've got no problems discerning whether it's fake or not. I would like to know your view on remote viewing, says Animal Communication. So my views on it, I like remote viewing. So it's an ability to see places that you are not present. You can do this via a communicator from the spirit world, and you can walk around their home and that sort of stuff. I don't know if the question's about things like the FBI or the CIA hiring people to check on Russia or something like that. I don't know. That would be that's a different mechanic from the one that I use, and so I've never really tried it to give enough of an opinion on it. However, I've done it many times with spirit communication, so all are usually successful. They will take me down their street or take me around their home, and then I'll describe what it is that the experience that I'm going through, a visual experience, to which the client will verify for me. So it works well for me. I like remote viewing. So Melissa says, also past life regression, quantum healing, hypnosis. These are so interesting and fascinating. How does these healing feel from your perspective? They don't really fall into my way of working. These are all separate disciplines. So hypnosis, if you ask someone that was a hypnotist, they would have a completely different viewpoint on it. It's like asking a hypnotist the mechanics of mediumship. They're not going to really know what it is. So because I don't have any kind of understanding really out of the discipline of mental mediumship, I don't really want to offend anyone. Healing, that's a different thing altogether. I like all forms of healing, trance healing, spiritual healing. I like all of those kind of things, but again, my area would be mental mediumship. I agree with you, all very interesting, but I'm so analytical. So things like hypnosis, I'm not sure if it would work with someone like me. Past life regression, not a big fan of it. I don't see the value of it being in this life. So I tend to steer well clear of past life regression, simply because I don't see the value of it impacting this life. So I stay well clear. But the healing aspects, I'm very interested in. So Len says hi to everyone, and Miss Brit says she loves the lives. So in fact, I'm glad you enjoy the lives. Hi Hazel, that just jumped massively there. Let's have a look. Oh man, how that did jump an awful lot. Hi, love is a dream come true. Hi from California, Janie. Hi. Oh, there's so many of you saying hi. I'd be here all evening if I was talking about that. So Tim, sound cutting in now. Hopefully the sound is fixed now. Hi to Australia. Hi. How do I know I am a medium? Love is a dream come true. So it's a good question. It's one that I'm very familiar with. And if you're part of the channel, Love is a Dream Come True, there's many videos on there to sort of walk you through or help you go through the process of developing mediumship. But the answer is very simple. You are absolutely a medium if you choose to go that way. You have a mind that the spirit world can use. All we have to do is give you an understanding and no fear, no rituals preferably, and then that way it can sort of all unfold in its own way, which will change your life, the perspective of it. So a simple answer to your question is you're already a medium. Now you just have to develop it. Danielle, hi. Alan, hi you Alan. I'm glad you're here. Julie, hi. CC Queen, that's Carol, right? So what does it mean if you don't remember the reading immediately after finishing, or feeling like the words are just flowing but you're not focused on them? Is that channeling? No, that's that would be a cleaner form of mediumship, CC Queen. I rarely remember readings or demonstrations now. Very, very rarely. The words are not for me, so through the evidence and through the message, whatever it is, it's just not for me. So I don't retain that information. That's not to say if someone brings it up, do you remember that link you done last night? Then because it's been through my memory and through my mind, I will have an access to it. But I don't mindfully remember it at all. So with the flow, the ebbing and the flowing of that, without you focusing too much on the words and without you remembering it, is actually a nicer way to do mediumship, and something that you should be aiming for in every reading, every demonstration. W Woofit, the sound is cutting in and out a bit. Hopefully that's done it. Sound keeps cutting in and out here too. Hi again, Charlie. I heard a voice in my mind saying hello, coming out of sleep, which you did say that I was in an altered state. So will spirit speak to me again when I move my mind, spirit? Yep, it's there. It's always there. So yes, it will be. You can have a conversation once you move your mind there. There are, I don't know, what is there, 300 plus videos now on the channel that will give you an understanding of the mechanics of mediumship, which will then help you move your mind to that area a little bit easier. So have we had confirmation that the sound's better now? Yeah, good. So hi to everyone. Everyone keeps saying hi. So it's nice that you're all saying hi, but now I need you all to write a question. So no matter how stupid it is, you're allowed it. There is no stupid question. Someone will need the answer. Lightworker Jeff, we live in a matrix. Our thoughts create reality. To an extent, I would agree. The downside is if we present it like that, we come across weird. So it's just it's finding a way to make it normal. But yes, I understand what you're saying. Deborah P, hi, outside with grandson, so that's cool. He's very quiet, so I think it's all adjusted now, isn't it? Cool. So hi, Vancouver. Much better, good. I don't know what the difference is. This is a $20 mic. This one that I've got pinned on here. This one here is a $300 and something mic. So that better sort itself out and quick. So, oh man, that jumped a lot there. Oh man, that jumped a big bit there. That's it. That's it. I found it. Is there evidence of a God, says Jane Garland? I think we have to remove the idea of what you call God through the religious term. There's 3,000 plus gods currently being worshipped every day on earth, and all have a different perspective of it. My perspective of God is everywhere. It's everything everywhere. So for me, yes, the simple answer is yes. I literally just watched the sunset and caught a beautiful colour to a clear sky, silhouettes of trees going from pinks to oranges to blues to dark, you know. And for me, that's an element of God through colour. So I think we've got to stop looking for a being. It's a very human perspective of waiting to meet someone when I see it as everything. So for me, yes, the evidence of God is there. Alan, how do you balance work life and family? How do you balance work life, family balance? With great difficulty, Alan. It is very, very difficult. And as you try to get this juggling act together, some things get hit quite hard. Spare time, dedication to what you do. You know, you may do a work for your living, for money, because you have bills and you have a home to pay for and all that kind of stuff. So it requires a lot of attention, because it is your bread and butter for your everyday life. So striking the balance is very, very difficult. And I really messed it up at one point for myself, and my full dedication went towards the spirit world and the spirit work that I do. It's okay now, but I went through this huge transition where I lost a lot of family and friends and security through work and all that kind of stuff. So it wasn't an easy time in my life, but one that I don't regret at all. And now I believe I have the balance there now. But you know, you kind of stumble through, and you end up that surround you. You know, it's what I did was I kind of, it sounds really selfish, but I kind of made everything about me first. I got everything in order. Then any addition into that, my social circle or relationships or anything like that, were built on the foundation of doing everything for my spirit stuff. So whereas you Alan, you may already have a mortgage, for example. You may already be married, and all of this kind of stuff is already in play. Where I got rid of all that first, then I'd done the dedication, then I could add the layers to my balance as I went along. So it's a case of fumbling through. I wish there was a much nicer, more spiritual answer there, but it's a fumbling through until you strike it right, where everything is getting the right amount of attention. Danielle J says, where do you stand on natural ability versus learned skill? Some mediums seem to be able to hit the ground running, while others must try harder. Do you think mediumship can be hereditary? Not for me, it's not hereditary. And some are more natural versus learned skill. I do agree there. I understand what you're saying. But what happens is that they go in with an idea. So when a medium or when a student is trying to develop mediumship, they've read a book, or you know, Tyler Henry has said something, or whatever famous medium has said something, and so this idea, they don't let it go. And so if you just left your opinion and what you think you know at the door, and went in with a clean slate to the tutors would get you up and running very, very quickly. What holds you back is your ego, your pride, and you thinking you know stuff that you don't know about. So it, you know, I've got 10 intensive years background training, development, and demonstrating this skill set, and I try to help the students that I work with as much as possible. The first thing I break down is the fear. The second thing I break down is their ego, and the third thing I build on is the mechanics. Once you have those three in order, then it just flows very, very easily. The next bit is personality. If you are someone that's very shy, then it's just not gonna be so easy for you to stand in front of a group of people or sit in front opposite someone to do a reading. This isn't a mediumship issue. This is a personality issue. So the self-development has to come into it, and for you to feel comfortable and be around strangers and talk to these people that breaks you out of your comfort zone. So natural versus learned to a point, but I think everyone has the ability. It's the self that holds self back. Sometimes that's fear. Most of the time, that's fear or arrogance or ignorance. They're the things that hold you back. But not for me, hereditary, not for me. The only way I can make hereditary work is that everyone can have it hereditary. It's a birthright. So, yeah, a blunt answer. My apologies. I don't mean to offend. It's just, that's how I see it. So, what do you think of spiritual rescue work? Marcus Len Morgan. Not for me. I just don't agree with it. There are no earthbound spirits. No one gets lost. For me, the God consciousness is perfection, and for someone to be earthbound or lost means that perfection made a mistake. So it doesn't work for me, and there's no evidence of it either. Just not for me, Len. I'm afraid it's just it's too. For me, it's too egotistical. And again, I know that sounds a little bit blunt, and I really don't mean to offend. But it's, God's made a mistake, but lucky for you, or lucky for God, there's someone here that can clean his mess up. I will show them to the light. I will take them there. God, I got this. You made a mistake. I'll walk them to the light. I see spirit as childbirth, as I have always said across the channel. At no point is the baby lost during the delivery of the birth. The midwives are waiting at the end of the birthing canal, waiting for the baby to pop out, and it just gets lost. It's a natural transition from the womb down the birthing canal to the midwife's arms. It's exactly the same as being a human, spirit leaving the body, go through the birthing canal of the transition, the veil, the other world, whatever you want to call it, to the spirit. A very, very natural process. Is it? There's nothing I can do about the sound. I'm literally trying. I've changed mics. I've done everything. There's nothing I can do about it. It's got to be an internet issue. I'll double check my settings. Showing all clear here. Yeah, no idea. Let's see how it goes. If not, we can just call an end to it, and I'll just reschedule another one. But shouldn't be an issue. Alan says, how do you keep the spiritual aspect of your mediumship without getting churchy or preachy on the platform? I'm a very grounded person. You know me well enough now, Alan, from Zoom and from the channel. It's very easy to fall into the click pedestals. You're a medium. You're a paid medium, and so very easy to place yourself on a pedestal. I'm very grounded. I help as many people as I possibly can. I do a ridiculous amount of work for the church on a platform. It's not, I think, again, it's down to personality. If you're someone that's going to let that take over, then that's the issue with self. But I'm very, very grounded in that sense. I made sure that I'd done all that work prior to sort of going out. I knew the pitfalls or the downfalls that comes with mediumship, so I addressed them as soon as I possibly could. On here, that's not one. So yeah, I hope that answers you, Alan. That just jumped again, massive. So just finding that question. And there it is, got it. So Offbeat Bryce. I've heard of soul contracts and exit points. Is this always the case, particularly for someone who dies in a accident? I'm wondering if the person I know passed chose their death. The trouble we have with that offbeat, Bryce, is proving it. That I can't offer you any evidence to support that idea. In my own understanding, I do believe in, you call it soul contracts. I think I understand what you mean by that. And for me, there is an element of that. I think we arrange certain aspects to happen within our life. Exit points, maybe. But again, there's just no evidence to support it. I can evidentially prove your friend, and I can give you bits about their story and their essence and their life, but I can't give you the evidence of an exit point within a soul contract. So very, very, very hard to answer. Being as I'm so evidence-based, it's very, very difficult to give you a clear-cut answer. I do agree with you. In my opinion, there is something like a soul contract. I just can't prove it. Please let me, John says, what are your thoughts on trance mediumship? I like trance mediumship, providing it is trance. There is there's a lot to be desired within it. The problem we have, it's very diluted through what people term channeling. So people will fall across trance mediumship when actually they're getting channeling, and I'm just not a big fan of channeling because of the delusion that goes with it. You know, they'll be talking from some star millions and millions and millions of light years away, and now they'll give us nothing information. You know, love one another, live in peace, we are here, and that kind of stuff, from this very, very advanced life form, and that makes no sense to me. If they can reach us and use our minds to channel, then it would make sense to give us stuff for the politicians or the doctors of the world, for cures, and help us gain that peace that they keep asking us to do. So it would make sense if they gave us something so detailed, like a formula that only the most advanced minds on the planet can read and understand, and then put it into play and it actually works. Then channeling would have some sort of credit to it, but it's usually nonsense. Trance mediumship is like usually a philosophy, a sit-down conversation with a spirit person, sometimes a loved one, sometimes a guide, but the feeling of that is completely different to that of channeling. You know, just through the century, that you're in the company of the spirit world. So I like trance mediumship when it's done properly. Good question there. Please let me know, John. It's a funny name. Okay, so what? Good. So Sabrina, why do people believe in earthbound spirits or evil spirits if all spirits go to the spirit world after they die? Good question, Sabrina. No idea. It's an egotistical thing for me, as I brought up a moment ago, and so they all go to the spirit world. You've summed it up right there in your question. They all go to the spirit world, so that it immediately contradicts earthbound or evil. So you are absolutely right. Well done, Sabrina. Omar, so what is the difference between the voice of spirit versus voice of your mind? Sometimes nothing. So what we have to do is we have to get ourselves into the working state. So that would be an altered state. So I move my mind, and that's just I move my mind, and I think of the spirit world. Whatever that voice in my head says at that point, I relay. to which a client usually says yes. Most of the time they say yes. So I've built up a trust with this. The discipline that comes in with that is that I never move my mind to the spirit world unless I'm working with the spirit world. So I'm allowed to have the stupid thoughts that I have during the day. But the moment I am in my place of work, so sitting down, doing a reading, or on a stage doing a demonstration, my mind moves to the spirit world. Whatever comes in, I will speak. So I build up this relationship, and the majority of the time it is right. But it's down to discipline, Omar. Denise, when I meditate or connect with spirit, why do I often get little muscle spasms throughout my body? Because you are learning to do it, Denise. The body isn't designed to sit in the altered state. It's designed to sit at around 27 to 35 hertz. The mind is operating at that speed. And as we go through the altered states, we go to sleep. So what happens as you learn to meditate, you're teaching your brain that it's okay to do that. But what your brain's doing is, because it's not familiar with the act of meditation, because it's not been developed to be used in that way. What it does is it goes into, like, not a state of panic, but it starts going through a system to fire up the body to get it back to where its normal resting state is, at the 27 hertz setting. And so what it'll do is it'll give you like an itchy nose. So you scratch your nose and you bring the thoughts back up, and so now you're not in the altered state because you're itching your nose. Or you get a muscle spasm. The body's like, try that, try that, try that. This ain't working. What's going on? So usually you'll get like a hit of heat. So the adrenaline kicks in, and now the body temperature rises. And so the body's just adjusting itself because it don't know what's happening. So that's why there's a development for it. You develop to meditate, you develop for the spirit world, so the brain doesn't go through this procedure of hitting the panic button and starting spasms or temperature change, or the list is endless with what we can put there. I hope that answers your question, Denise. So very quick, my mouth's really dry now. So Honora, hi Charlie, my connections are so weak it feels like I may be making it up. Will it get stronger as I try to improve? I know I'm not making it up, but it's so fragile, vague, I'm unable to explain. No, I totally get it. I done a video the other day, Honora, the subtlety of mediumship. So the more you develop, the more subtle it gets. And I've also done a video called Am I Making It Up? Which was posted on Facebook today on the page for a quick reference. But them two videos will explain exactly why that is the case. So give them two videos a watch, and it should help you in your process. You did ask me another question the other day, Honora, about photography, and I recorded that video today for that. That'll be out next week. It's being released next week. I haven't edited it yet, so it just needs a little bit of editing, and then it'll be released for you. Jane, okay, when I think of spirit world and ask them to speak to me in my mind as I have heard a voice before, why can't I get anything? Because you're looking for it. What we got to first establish is the spirit world are not like dancing monkeys. So it's like, off you go, right, speak to me. I want you to do this, I want you to do that. It doesn't work like that, Jane. This is a building of relationship. As you're coming out of the dream state, you've been in a heavy altered state, and on the rise as the thoughts are picking up towards the beta state, you've caught the voice. So that makes sense why you've heard a voice. The development of mediumship is not going to be in that area of the mind. So it's not going to be clean as you did it or as you demand. This is something that's going to take a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of dedication for you to start getting a repetition and conversation up and running. So it's not like they'll just sit and you'll hear them like you hear me now. It's very, very rare that happens on a regular basis. Hopefully at some point it will, but right now it's happened once in like the dream state. Now we need to make it happen in an altered state, not so deep, not so light, somewhere in between all of that. Julia Babbitt, do you also receive a message for the sitter, or do you sometimes just have them to stop in and say hi to the sitter? I usually receive good evidence, but not always a message. No, I've developed my mediumship now that there will always be a message there, Julie. If I'm struggling to find the message, I just put the thought out in my mind, what bit is most important about your communication, and it may be about their relationship or how their life turned around here or whatever, as the example, and then I'll springboard off of that with the message. There is always going to be the message throughout. The message is they continue. That should be overwhelming enough. So I just think we can tidy it up a little bit prettier than just hi or no ending whatsoever. So I would just recap a big part of the story, and then make it message form from there. So with the guidance of the communicator, obviously. But yeah, it's just development. That's all it is. Just a little bit of practice there. We'll see that problem go away. Gloria just tuned in. Thank you for tuning in. Hi. Hi, last year a medium said my dad is spending his time in the spirit world serving the Navy, seeing the world. He hated water when here. I can't believe there is a Navy in spirit world. Your thoughts? No, just a simple no. What the problem we have, W with it, is that we've got some stupid mediums out there and stupid people that have a big public voice that are telling people that the bodies of the people are walking around with that. And so your dad is in a uniform in the Navy sailing the seas, all of which are physical uniform, physical body of water. These things are not present. It's spiritual. It's the spirit world. It's a state of consciousness. So no, he's not in the Navy sailing the seas around a world. So in a simple answer there, W with it, no, he's definitely not doing that. Offbeat Bryce, so what is your opinion on soul contracts? I've already answered that, no? Yeah, done that one. I'm just catching up. Offbeat Bryce, you've got to give me a moment. Got to let me get through. Got to get through them all. So I have answered you anyway. Oh man, it just jumped. Right, there we go. Where are we? Oh, there. Triangle. I always call this person Triangle, and I know it's not their name. And what's more embarrassing is Triangle has already told me their name, and I forgot their name. So, my bad, Triangle. Hi, Charlie. I've heard you say that meditating, sitting in the power, whatever you want to call it, is not important to connect with the other side. And I agree 100%. But don't you think that it's important for beginners or not to practice this to get a better understanding of not only their connections to spirit, but to their own soul. To a degree, yeah, absolutely. You need to find peace within yourself, and you need to understand your mind. So sitting for yourself or sitting for the spirit world is an absolute must. But to do the communication, it isn't required. For the individual that is developing, it may be required. Some people have a lot more traumas than other people, so they would require a lot more sitting. So it's not required for the communication. It will be down to the restrictions within the individual's mind. To build the relationship, I would want to sit with them. It's something that I would want to do to build that relationship. Other people don't have that time and they don't want to invest that time in that area. That would be their choice. It is not required for the communication. Will the communication be better? Yes, it would. But I know people that meditate an hour before a demonstration. Is their demonstration better because of that hour's meditation? No. It's through the restrictions of the mind. I had this. I was in Geneva recently, and I had this with a young lady out there, and we were of difference of opinions with teaching open, close, and protection. And she said to me that you should teach them even though it's not required. And I said, I disagree. I said, why would I give them a ritual if they don't need the ritual? That doesn't make sense to me. So thank you, Len, for the PayPal there. Thank you very much. And I liken it to my 10-year-old daughter. My 10-year-old daughter just loves everyone at the moment. You know, she runs around and she talks to people and she's very vibrant and all that kind of stuff. And she does not see any difference between an Asian child to a North American child, to a South American child, to an African child, to a British child. She don't see that. She doesn't recognize that. What happens is we educate her on racism. We educate her that there was a time in the world when there was racism about, and these people were treated very poorly because of their religion or their creed or their place of birth. But my 10-year-old would not know that if she wasn't educated. And so my argument is, why would I educate someone an open, close, and protection ritual that isn't required? It is something that's destroying mediumship and the clarity and the quality of mediumship, and yet we're still choosing to teach it. Doesn't make sense to me. Stop educating it if you don't want to see it about in the world anymore. Stop telling people about it. So we agree to disagree on that front, but meditation is good for some people. They need it. Sitting with your team, some people benefit from it more, and other people not so much so. So where they need it, I think it's self-development, but the mechanics of mediumship, it's not required. I hope that answers your question, Triangle. Matty, I'm just calling you Matty, so we're just gonna have to deal with that, okay? Matty, because I've tried 3 classes now, before, in the middle, and at the end, and I just can't do the tongue thing with the letters there. So it's Matty. So hi Charlie, how can you prepare yourself for the best one-to-one reading, or don't prepare at all and only shift your mind to the spirit world? You've literally answered it. I don't prepare. If you start to prepare, you start to get nervous and you start to worry, and what if it don't work, and what if it's not right, and all that kind of stuff. So I just sort of go about my day, and then when my client is there, then I will do what is required at that point. Move my mind there, let the reading go through, and finish up and move on to the next one. What you'll probably find is what you think is absolutely amazing. Oh my God, the best reading I have ever done. Your client may walk out and go, it was all right. It was okay. And the one that you think, could have done a lot better there. I weren't really on top form there. don't really know what was going on today, and the client will leave and go, oh my God, this medium is amazing. So I would just remove what you think out of the equation. Do the job, let the work speak for itself, let your client speak for you, let the evidence speak for you, and all will be well, in my opinion. Honora, Charlie, when I was listening with my headphones, there was a lot of interference, but now I'm not and the sound is perfect. Maybe that's happening to others. Maybe. I don't know. It may be, I don't know, we've just had one of those super moons and we're probably in some sort of weird retrograde, or, you know, I don't know if I've got crystals in my pocket. Maybe that's causing interference. Who knows? Let's just hope it's all right now, eh? Omar, Charlie, have you come across demons? Omar, yes, I have. And demons are the projection of fear. So I went to Brazil, where I was working with people that were under spells of voodoo, that kind of stuff. But it is just a projection of fear. Once I eliminate the fear, the demon is no more. It no longer exists. So it's down to the individual, the projection of the individual. The more fear, the stronger it'll be. Feedback on the small mic. Oh God, I literally can't win today. I don't know what's going on. Just me. Why is it? That's the name, by the way, Just Me. Why is it one day your mediumship goes well and the next it's hard to get anything? I'd done a video on that, right? One day, bad the next. I did. I'd done a video on that. That was released like Monday, I think. I lucky for me, I have my app to hand. Yeah, it's going in the comments right now. So maybe it was you that asked that before. I don't know. Anne says, hit the like button. And I absolutely agree with you, Anne. I don't know if I can hit the like button myself, you know. But if I can, I will. Melissa, if a medium wants to do harm to a newbie, is there a way to identify them and project ourselves in the cyber area? Unfortunately, Melissa, there are a lot of mediums that cause a lot of damage to a lot of newbies. If there was a way of stopping that, I would have already stopped it. What we have to bear in mind is that all our actions, all our thoughts, all our ways are accountable through natural law of cause and effect and personal responsibility. So the law is perfect. They don't get away with it. It may appear on the surface that they've got away with it, but they don't get away with it. So yeah, I understand your question, and it's a very difficult area. It is hard, so I understand why you asked the question. Triangle, Leslie Flint, a direct voice medium recordings where those in spirit come through talking about earthbound spirits being something that does happen. Do you personally believe in these recordings? Why or why not? Really curious to know the views on this. Thanks again. The time of Leslie Flint, Estelle Roberts and Maurice Barbanel was like the late 1890s going into like 1960s and 70s, where this idea was very prevalent. It was all around. It was the understanding of the spirit world. The spirit world have to use the mind of the medium. So if the medium has a religious upbringing, there will be a lot of biblical talk. If there are people like Leslie that think a lot about earthbound spirits and people that are lost, then that's the mind they have to use. And unfortunately, an element of dilution will take place there. That's just the surroundings at that time, the culture, the belief, and all of that kind of stuff was around that time. So I believed in his mediumship, absolutely. I don't believe in the philosophy of the mediumship. And something that I still listen to today is Silver Birch, which was Maurice Barbanel at that same time. And Silver Birch always said, if anything the spirit world say to you offend your reason, then throw it away. It's not meant to offend. It's just like trying to educate. So I throw it away. For me, it doesn't work. It's not. There are no Earthbound. So yeah, good question, Triangle. Alan says, how... it jumps. Alan says, how do you keep in that receptive state while demonstrating? How do I stay? It's a development. I mean, I've just got so used to it. It's second nature. You know, it's like driving a car. How on earth do you remember to change gear and drop the clutch, and you know what gear do you need to be in to go around the roundabout or up a 15-degree hill? You don't think about it. You just do it because you do it all the time. It's just something that you naturally do. You get in it. I can't remember the last time I actually had to think about driving a car until I borrowed Carol's car because my tire was flat, and Carol has one of those Triptronic gearboxes, sports car, 2 pedals, the gas or the accelerator, and a brake. And it's not until you try and drop that brake, like the clutch, and you put yourself through the windscreen, that you realise I need to think about what I'm doing here. So it's I don't think about it. It's just become very natural. It's second nature to me. And the moment I come off the stage, I'm immediately back to being Charlie, being shy, and just wanting to get out as quickly as possible. Yeah, it just becomes natural, like driving, Alan. Alan then asks, what do people do on the other side? And again, I know as much as you. We think human, so we think they're doing stuff. We think that they may have jobs, or we think they've got to be busy because it would be really boring. But to think like that is a human trait. It's a human perspective of a spiritual realm. So no answer I give will be worn nicely. It will be disagreed with. It's a state of consciousness that the frequency is so high that we can't possibly comprehend with what's going on there. So we'll all find out one day, Alan. All of us will find out. And I bet when we get there, we're like, oh my God, you are joking, aren't you? Is this a wind up? I can't believe that. That's what I reckon will happen. No problem. That's the point of the live Q&A. So someone's thanking for answering their question. That's the purpose of it. Thanks for asking the question. Miss Britt says, when in circle, if a sitter asks a testing question such as, can you tell me what their favourite hobby was? I can stress out and lose my concentration. Any suggestions how to handle those moments? Yes, just say, I'm not allowed to ask you questions, you're not allowed to ask me any. And that will stop that. The moment someone asks you a question, it's going to immediately pull you out of gear, immediately, because your logic then comes into play. And the moment your logic and judgment come back into play, it removes you from the altered state. So the teacher of that class should have picked that up. And the teacher of that class should be explaining to the students of that class why you should not be asking questions. Why that mechanic will pull the medium every time out of gear. The more and more you develop, you can handle that kind of scenario. But in a development stage, certainly early on, it will pull you completely out of gear. So no questions should be asked at that point, and the teacher should have that under control. Certainly should be part of the housekeeping before the evening starts. That's why that happens, Miss Britt. Deborah P, hi guys. Do you believe it's possible to communicate with someone close to death? Bloody hell. Questions today, eh? Not for me, Deborah. Not for me. The spirit is still incarnate. It's still in the body. And so because it's still in the body, I don't think it can communicate. Psychically, the spirit's a spirit. Psychically, yes. But spirit communication, as we know spirit communication, no, because it's still occupying the mind and the body of wherever that close death scenario is. Are our spirits guide assigned to us, and why would they want to help us? Asks Anne. In my own opinion, I think this is under like a mutual consent. So, like, let's say Deborah is my friend in the spirit world, and I say, right, Deborah, I'm going to go back. I'm going to try this lesson that I missed in the 15 lives prior. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to attempt it again. I really want to achieve this. So I'm going to go back. Would you accompany me in going back by being part of my intuition, being part of my spirit team and my guides? Will you help me in that journey when I go back? And hopefully Deborah, being my good friend, will say, of course, Charlie, I'll be part of that. So it's like a mutual consent that happens there. In my opinion, I mean, there's no way we can prove any of that. So just in my opinion. Chris, hi Chris, it's been a while. Big hi from San Diego. A big hi from Essex. Cold, dark Essex, windy Essex. What's going on here? Why is that not? Oh no, I thought it was at the bottom there, but mouse got stuck. Chris, what about the demon white crows? So, for anyone that's been on the channel for quite some time, Chris has a wonderful story about a white crow. Feel free to share your story. Jane, when I relaxed in bed, I asked my spirit team to give me something to show they are there. I got stacks of images of my childhood, including a bike I used to have and a farm nearby and more. Of course, they will try and encourage you, absolutely. But it's not just images. It could be emotions. It could be it could be all the senses, absolutely all the senses that we've got there. So of course, why wouldn't they want to be there? The spirit world are omnipresent. It's here now, every minute of every day. So it's no, they will absolutely be there and trying to encourage you to look. Absolutely. So that makes sense to me. Delphine. Horrible feeling I butchered your name there, sorry. Do you believe that spirits can attach themselves to us and try to get our attention through physical pains in our bodies, even if they passed years ago? No. So, here comes the board. First one of the evening. So people, I need to change the camera. That's the first time I've had to do that tonight. So here we go. So this is us. This is our auric field, and the idea is that this attaches to the auric field as an ache or a pain. Whatever is in this zone, in the auric field, is permission-based. That's under the spiritual principles, which is, long story short, was given to us by the spirit world many, many moons ago, and adapted. And personal responsibility has always been spoken about. So remove the permission of any kind of wrongdoing or anything that can cause you any kind of harm. Remove that permission and it can't be within there. it's you. So no, is the answer there. Was that Delphine? Delphine. Oh, and it jumps again. So just trying to find you. There, I've just gone past it. So where was I? Delphi. There you go. Jenny Lee says that is a great video. Maybe the one above. Thank you anyway. Triangle. Why do you personally, after a demonstration or at the end of the day, what do you do personally after a demonstration at the end of the day with clients? Some mediums thank the spirit world. Do you do anything like that afterwards? Thank you. My general, I'm always in sheer awe of the spirit world. You know, I will go in my garden and I'll have a chat with them. I'll ask them why my grass ain't growing and that sort of stuff. I have like a normal day with my team. So I'm always in gratitude with them. Absolutely adore them. I will send a thought with like the night sky that I saw earlier. You know, it was just wonderful, and that's my version of God. So again, I just ooze this gratitude towards the spirit world and my spirit team. After a demonstration, I try to do very normal things. The first thing I do is I grab a drink, maybe have a bite to eat. You know, that could be chocolate, that could be a burger, it could be absolutely anything. And then I tend to do something very grounding. So sometimes, of late, I will come home and I will flick on my PlayStation 4, and I will play Modern Warfare, Call of Duty with people, with people, and that's very grounding. In that aspect, sometimes I'll go and watch a movie, or I just do stuff that's normal. I just come back to reality, and that's kind of what I do. I like a cognac, so I can round the evening off with a shot of Hennessy or Remy Martin or something like that. I have acquired a taste for that. I like that. So yeah, it's just chilled. Just try and relax and chill out. Watch a ton of box sets. I mean, I just do normal stuff. If I've worked during the day and I need to ground off, PlayStation does that all right. Or I grab the camera and I go outside and I flick off a couple of photos or whatever. Whatever's very, very normal. This evening, I needed to chill out before this happened. I've been recording videos all day today. Just had to get out from under the lights and the mics, and I went to like a busy store and bought bird food for the garden. They've now got 4 feeders. They've even got dog bowls out there now with different kinds of pellets and all sorts. They're quite funny, actually, the birds. They line up on the fence every morning. First it's the pigeons, then the starlings, then the robins, and then the blackbirds. And they sit up there, and if that's empty, they stare at me. Through my big glass window, they'll stare at me as if to say, come on, buddy, what you doing? They're empty, fill it up. And then I'll go out and I'll fill it up, and then they'll decimate it in about 30 minutes, and then I have to go and fill it up again. So I think my bird food bill this week was something like £30. And I was like, what is going on? How have I got into this motion? But there are so many birds in the garden now, and I will go out and I'll smoke my cigarette in the morning and see them all come in, and a bit of a community going at the end of the garden there. So it's something I enjoy. So just normal stuff, mate. It's what I do. Lisa Williams joined from New Zealand. Wow, what must be early there? Is it late? I don't know. Thanks so much for the Leslie Flint. No worries. I have always felt the same way. You've helped validate it for me. Cool. Rebecca, woke up at 3 for a drink, went back to sleep, and dreamt that I was a medium talking to spirits. I'm a psychic reader also. Felt really real. It's your logic and your judgment are silenced in the dream state. You can fall from a great height. You can breathe underwater. You can do all sorts of stuff. So it makes sense if I was trying to get you to look at mediumship to impress the mind in the dream state area where logic and judgment are silenced. Makes sense to me. SP. Hello, what are your thoughts on the teachings of Andre Luis from Francesco Xavier, specifically the book Domain of Mediumship? It's very, very fear-based. I believe it's under the banner of Spiritism. I have done quite a lot of work, research on Andre Luis and Xavier. Very, very fear-based for me, so I don't agree with it. I like, there's a whole nation built on this fear, which then impacts the lives of those people that are living that life. So I understand their perspective, I get it, but a lot of problems have stemmed from those teachings, a lot of problems, but that's my opinion. Sorry. You, me, and Spirit. Has there ever been a recent or past where ectoplasm has been credible from a physical medium session? I'm struggling to find any credibility in physical mediumship. The Arthur Findlay College has the Britain Museum where they have ectoplasm still today from the physical mediums. So and that's the problem, like I know of a physical medium right now that's demonstrating around the world, and they love their voice, they love starting arguments, they love getting on the groups and digging people out, and yet I know they found cheesecloth under that person's chair at a school. So I understand the credibility thing now. I would absolutely recommend a form of skepticism, a healthy skepticism. So when it actually presents itself to you, there will be no doubt. So I encourage a healthy skepticism. So I would I would stay as you are. I would stay as you are. Right, so I've just had a super chat. Have I got a question to answer? Oh, it's Phyllis. Thank you, Phyllis. So for all of you, I don't know if you know on the live feed, I don't know how many of you are on here now, but there's over 50 of you. Phyllis went absolutely crazy with the competition for New York. She posted over 40 videos with both hashtags spelt correctly, because she had to go at me for that. And Phyllis was the winner of the donated space by the anonymous viewer. So maybe say congratulations in the comments for her, for Phyllis. And thank you very much for the super chat there, Phyllis. Again, much appreciated, and it will just go back into the channel. Chris, amazed you are still putting out videos. You are a great mind of information. Keep it up, my friend. Thank you very, very much, Chris. And I know there is a lot more that I want to do. But right now, we've got a little bit of a blip going on here in my personal life at the moment, which will be sorted out within the year, say. And I want like a fixed studio where I can do more effects to highlight how to bring people in and move people out. I want to do more effects, and I love the outdoors. So there's a lot more that I can do. The ideas I have are very down, black or white. They're very dialed in. The mechanics that I use are very dialed in. And some people are not ready to hear that kind of stuff just yet. They're still easily offended, or I will upset them about another teacher. So I'm just bracing the world, bracing them for the time being, until the real nuggets come out. The real nuggets haven't been released yet. So, but that is it means a lot, your comment, Chris. Thank you very much. I'm not trying to get you in trouble with the last question, says you, me, and Spirit. I know. Sabrina, 13. Do you think developing mediums should work with a variety of teachers to get a better understanding, or stick with just one teacher for their whole development? I'm not sure their whole development. There are pros and cons to it, Sabrina. So I know students that have 5 or 6 or 7 different teachers, and all 5, 6 or 7 teachers have a different philosophy. Now, what that does for a student is it will conflict the philosophies, which will give them a bit of a shaky foundation. So what I would do is I would go through a few teachers, find the one that resonates the most with you, preferably as close to your way of thinking, and then spend a bit of time with that teacher so you get all the basics down, you get all the mechanics down, and then you can go exploring different ways or a variety. I've seen lots of variety in mediums, developing mediums who are now no longer mediums. It destroyed their mediumship through burnout or through conflict or whatever it was. It's just, it wasn't a great idea. So I'm not sure throughout their whole development, but certainly for a period of time, I would stick to one. I'm not, for any of my students that are on here, I'm not suggesting for a moment that that should be me. Maybe you want to say, well, I'm cutting back and I'm going to go with this other person. I'm absolutely fine with that. It's not about just sticking with me. I don't think I know everything or I'm the best at anything in that sense. It's just, I just think there can be positives to variety, but massive downsides to it as well. So good question, Sabrina. That may be warrant a video, that one. Yeah. Danielle, thank you for answering my question. No problem. Oh, what happened there? Going so smooth. Oh, there we go. Got it. Daniel J, thank you for answering. No problem, Daniel. Rebecca, where can we go to develop mediumship one-to-one? Also, do you believe someone can be taught online or face-to-face? I believe I teach online. I didn't want to do online. I much prefer the classroom. Much prefer it. Those people that are attending New York that do a lot of online, you are going to see how much more I prefer the classroom, with the exercises that I bring, the energy that comes with it, the community that comes with it. I absolutely love face-to-face. I would take face-to-face every time given the option. However, there are restrictions. You know, people can't get in a classroom, and so that the facet that we're facing is, can we do it online? Absolutely. And we're getting some very good results online, and I'm starting to enjoy the online stuff. Something I said I wouldn't do, and then someone on the live feed convinced me to give it a go, and it went from strength to strength to strength. So yes, developing mediumship one-to-one, I'm not really, I don't really agree with it. It works for a very small period of time. Very small. It is very limiting. And what happens is the comfort zones get adjusted. Your depth of mediumship gets adjusted for one person, not the classroom, not the variety. So if you've got a class of 30, and you have to read all 30 people, you have 30 unique individuals in front of you and 30 unique sets of communicators. So that one set to one person within that group. That is very limited to one-to-one teaching. I'm not a big fan of it. I will do it for a very small period of time, but the moment I'm aware of the value being lost, I would draw it to an end immediately. So I don't recommend one-to-one. I think it's the worst thing you can do for your mediumship, in that sense. You know, in my opinion, it's my opinion. Kelly, Charlie, I really struggle with using my clairsentience. It's hard to get feelings, emotions, personalities. I do get clairvoyant images. I just don't know how to actively move between them. So it's very much like this. What was your name, Kelly? You're like this phone. And if I want the music app, then I download the music app, and then I open the music app and I listen to music. That is an instrument. It's an instrument to read information coming over via Wi-Fi or via internet. That's the instrument to decipher the information. You are an instrument. So because you are telling yourself you don't feel, I can't feel, I don't get emotions, I don't get personality, I don't get feelings, you will never get it, because in effect you've deleted the app. So first you have to believe that you can do it, leave the door open for it to happen, and then it will absolutely take place. You're the instrument, you're in control of that instrument. The spirit world cannot and will not make you do anything. So it's very it's normal. What you're going through is normal, but you first have to tell yourself that you can and you will, rather than I can't and I don't. So it's. I done a video called The Mindset, Kelly, recently. That will explain a lot of that there. Noticed the gaming system recently in one of your latest vids. I thought, when in the hell does he have time? I sit up very late, very late. It's just the way my body's gone. A lot of my work now is evenings, so I'm adjusting my body clock for that. So yeah, and I like the gaming aspect. I've always been into the gaming aspect. Yeah, I like it. I make time. I want it in my world, so I make time. Delphine said she was trying to get my attention. I felt her protection for myself and my kids ever since I moved in here. I've missed something there, ain't I? Oh, okay. Okay. The Odd Mob. That's a cool. Hello. A lot of people ask me to read for them when I'm not actually with them. Do you think I can get an accurate reading doing this? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, same one. So Beth. Yeah, absolutely. I do it as a classroom exercise. That one, Beth. You can absolutely get a very accurate one. Phyllis, great question, Phyllis. You train developing mediums. Do you stop working with them if you feel they do not have the right intent for spirit? No, no. They come to me for me to teach them mechanics. They come to me for understanding. Maybe it's a better connection or better evidence. And in my own opinion, I believe that I do that for the developing mediums. I believe that they leave my classroom a better instrument for the spirit world, and that is just my own opinion. And if I thought their intent was wrong, I'm very aware of this natural law of cause and effects, and the natural law of personal responsibility. So these things they are accountable for. So if they use something in their ability to do bad or for the wrong intent, then they are accountable for it. I think if they are in my company, if they are under my wing, if they are within my classroom, I can keep an eye on them rather than kick them out and go down that route. So I don't think I would stop teaching them. I think I would try to understand why they're doing it. Phyllis also says, I am a little crazy. It's all good though. Yeah, that comment makes you look a little bit crazy, but I can vouch for her. She's She's all right, that one. Kelly, are you going to name the medium Charlie with the? Oh no, oh no, I'm not. No, not yet. Let them get caught, and then you'll see them disappear. Literally disappear. It will happen. Suspicions are out. Oh God. Alan, when are we going to see you demonstrate? For you, it will be when I'm in America. You won't see me online demonstrate unless you come to a demonstration here in the UK. Then it'll have to wait till I'm in America. Me, and Spirit, back to the ectoplasm thing. If they have actual ectoplasm at AFC on display, did they analyze it? If they did, what was it made of? Ectoplasm is a known fact. It's been researched for many, many, many years, you, me, and Spirit. So I don't know where you're doing your research, but this is very easy to get here in the UK. It's very easy to get this research. And it's been researched since the early 1900s by scientists and people that do that. That monitor that kind of scenario. And what happened, that the spirit world have always said it is a form of matter with something of a spiritual matter. So they take stuff from the room. What you'll find is like things like curtains over cabinets lose their colour after time. So if you had a red curtain, by the time, 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line, that red curtain will have no red left in it because they take parts of material during the time of the seance, during the time of the physical medium. So it's a spiritual compound mixed with a matter that we understand, and then it can take its shape or its form. Yeah. Denise, what are the thoughts on spirit animal guides? When I ask for a sign, I often get visited by hawks. I've got no problems with animals being part of spiritual guides. Some people will listen more to animals than they will people, so it's an avatar within the mind. So I've got no problems at all with animals. What we don't need, Denise, for you to do is to go to like Hyde Corner, like public speaking corner, and say, last night the hawk come and visited me, and the hawk tells me to tell you blah 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 blah. Because then you look insane, and then it just brings the whole understanding of mediumship or spirit communication down. What we've got to do is not maybe share that relationship with the world. It's personal to you, and in this example, the hawk. So I would keep it personal. There is no reason to go and scream it from the rooftops, especially if the information is right, if the information is correct. I mean, what a wonderful relationship you're building. It's just for you. It's just for you. I can't, I can't get my head around why people do this. It's like, I was gonna say, it's like sharing your relationship all over Facebook, but then people do that, don't they? So it's a bad example. So keep it personal. I would keep it personal. Just my opinion. The odd mob. Thanks for that. I always doubt myself when I do it away from the person, so that's great to have a bit confirmation that it's fine to do so. Yeah, absolutely. Hazel, do you ever tell a person that they are just not cut out for mediumship? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Never, ever, ever will I do that to a student. Never, ever. No matter how much time or effort it requires for me to help that student, I will put that effort in. I will never, ever do that to that individual. And no one should. And I know before you get typing. I know mediums that visit that little country, America, that have done that quite recently as well. Not for me. I won't do that. No, not for me. I will never do it. Yeah, Lisa, this may have been asked. I feel I have a lot of theory, a good connection with my team, but haven't got the courage to take a step forward giving readings. By the way, no oops to be mental. What do you suggest? For me, you've got to break the boundary. You've got to break the comfort zone. You're worried about taking the next step. Then the obvious next step is the next step. So it will be uncomfortable. It will be awkward. It will be terrifying. But once you've done it, you will learn from it, and then the ball starts rolling. So I would do it. I would read for a stranger or a friend of a friend or whatever. I would show yourself that there is nothing to fear. You, me, and spirit. The only thing I have found about ectoplasm on the internet in terms of mediumship is cheesecloth when I do a Google search. I want to believe, but haven't found much. So thanks for the info. Then, are we at the end there? Yeah, we are. You know, let me try and find an example for you that I could. You know, there are many bad mediums out there. And oh no, I tell you, that's a bad example, because I'd say no one writes a book about them, do they? Because they're really bad. But what happens now is the really bad mediums write their own bloody books, don't they? And they publish them. So that's a really bad example. So the good physical mediums are under such scrutiny because of public forums, because of social media, because of this internet age that we're in, that I can assure you that if you were to come across a good physical medium, a good one, a genuine good physical medium, you're not going to find him on Google or her on Google. You're not going to find them, like on Facebook going, by the way, I'm offering my services, I'm amazing, I can do this, I can do that. As your network grows and you are introduced to people, it may come along on your pathway. I wouldn't look too much into it just yet. They're not going to be publishing absolutely everything, which should actually tell you the integrity of the person, which should actually tell you a lot about that individual and that physical medium. Because the moment they go public, they are just going to be scrutinized. I mean, you take my story, for example, like they kept on trying. They kept on trying to bring me down, constantly hounding me for it. No one in their right mind will come out as a physical medium and say, I've got ectoplasm, check this out. It's a death sentence to that person, isn't it? It will be an idiot that done that. So I would let your journey grow a little bit more. You're very new. You've got many years ahead of you. I would let it unfold. There is a saying for that. I'm trying to remember it. That the teacher will present itself when the student is ready. So you're just not ready. Charlie, put all your videos into a book and I'll be the first one to buy it. Trust me to read that after the book comment. Yeah, I know people keep asking me for a book, but I just, yeah, I don't know. One day, maybe. One day. I'm just not sure. Sabrina, not really a mediumship question, but do you believe in manifestation, using thoughts to shape reality? It is kind of a mediumship question, so I understand. I don't have language to tell you how powerful thoughts are. I don't have language to do it. So a simple answer to you is they absolutely shape your reality. Absolutely. Whether you speak that thought out loud or whether you have the thought in your mind, the power that goes with that, you will never comprehend. You will never have the language to express it. So yes, absolutely. Delphine, as a new to mediumship student, a new student to mediumship, how do we tell when one of our loved ones is speaking to us, especially if they just recently passed and we think we are picturing them? How do we know if it is them coming through or us just missing it? I don't know the answer to that, Delphine, to be honest with you. I'm very fortunate enough that I run maybe 3 or 4 classrooms a week. And I've got some really good quality mediums in the room. So I can just get a practice with one of them and they'll give me a reading. And their evidence will let me know that they are there. I don't trust my mind enough in my everyday. So as Charlie, I don't trust my mind enough that my sister is here and she's talking to me. Does it fall under a wish or a want? Do I want to hear from you? Is it something that I'm projecting myself? So I understand your mindset. However, I don't have that mindset when I'm working for strangers. So I'm aware of your father and your father shows me this and he does this and he's done that and blah, blah, blah. I don't have that battle because I don't know the guy. I don't know the dad. When it's my sister, it's kind of like, am I missing you? Is this why I'm thinking like this? So I don't trust myself in my everyday state. So I can't really answer you there in that aspect. I don't know the answer. Michael Christopher, just saw that we were live. I just wanted to say a quick hello. Hope you is well. I hope you are well too, Michael, and thank you for jumping on. Chris, how is this present health scare affecting your gatherings? It hasn't affected my gatherings just yet. It more than likely will. I understand that. It hasn't impacted it as yet. Who knows? Who knows? Eh? Oh, there is. I missed it. So 7 Sky Ocean. Sorry, I jumped ahead. If you see faces and images, if you see faces and images, silent videos with eyes shut, what is that? Talk a little bit on that. It can be imagination. It certainly can be imagination. You can't rule out imagination. Mediumship is a lot to do with intent. So I want to talk to the spirit world. I've developed a little bit. So now my mind's with the spirit world and the images that come, I will have an experience with. If there's no intent there, I don't know what the mind is focused on. Maybe you've had a really busy day. Maybe you've had a traumatic day. Maybe you've had a wonderful day. And are the visions then being used in the same kind of way? One's exciting, another one traumatic, so on and so forth. It will all come down to the intent of what you're doing. So that will dictate the kind of imagery that you're getting, dependent where your mind is. Are you doing your dem in New York? Have you announced that yet? I'm not announcing anything, you, me, and Spirit. You are with me for a week. You'll have to wait, won't you? You'll have to wait. Stacey, hi Charlie, I just found your channel. You're awesome. Thank you, Stacey. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All of you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed already. And on any of the videos, if you have any video ideas that you would like me to do a video on, you can just leave it in any of the comments, as we both know that this helps, or we all know that this helps the channel through the comments, through the thumbs up, through the shares and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so this is me rounding up. We're getting close to the end. That was the last bit, and then an influx there. So this is your call to, if you do have a question, start getting them in. I'm near my, I don't know what that means. I'm near New York. What's your thoughts on pendulum work, Charlie? I used to love the pendulum. I used to love it early on in my development. I tried, I dabbled with bits and bobs, and I enjoyed the pendulum. It was something that I liked. Can it be manipulated by yourself? Of course it can. So it is. It is. It's not as evidential, but I like it. I do like it. I have an affection for it, shall we say? The odd mob. Stacey, New York. Yep. Okay. So hopefully we'll see you at the New York. What are we calling that? A seminar? The New York seminar. You, me, and Spirit. In one of your Zoom classes, you mentioned how literal the spirit world is in the terms of having a conversation. I have kept this in mind during readings, and the evidence has been even better. Thanks. No problem. That's why I'm there. That's why I'm in the class. That's why I'm running the class, to make things better. So I'm glad to hear that you are understanding what I'm trying to teach. Kelly, yes, I'm aware of all you said, Charlie, and I have seen the video, and I've put no limits on myself or Spirit. That's why I'm doing your Oz Zoom class to get better. Oh, cool. So you're on that. That's Saturday, right? I'll see you Saturday then. And then I will show you how easy it is, Kelly. And you will go away and you will kick yourself with how easy it is. Not thinking on nothing. Silent my head. Hope to open myself, see things about people I don't know. And then it will just be a case of understanding how the intent works, which there are a ton of videos on the channel that will help you through that process. And then once you've got that under your belt, Seven Sky Ocean, it becomes much, much easier after that. So nice to see someone very new to the idea on the channel. Delphine, what are your thoughts on readings through tarot cards, please, and all the ones on YouTube that are general? Delphine, do I actually know you, Delphine? Are you trying to get me in trouble now, Delphine? Tarot is a psychic mechanic. It's not mediumship. I know they say the spirit are telling me, the spirit is not telling them. If they are with the spirit world, then they have no need for the tarot cards. Maybe they're using it as a tool. So that covers both bases there. So all of you that are about to attack me because of the tarot thing, don't. So one will use it and they'll say it's the spirit world, and it's not. It's the psychic. And other people will just use it as a tool to express themselves, so the client has something to look at as such. What do I think about general readings on YouTube or Facebook? I absolutely hate it. I hate it so much that it actually gets me boiling. I cannot think of anything more destroying to the spiritual community. I cannot think of anything that just degrades it all completely. A one-to-one reading should be that. It should be one-to-one. There is an essence that comes in the room. There is a communication triangle. It's me, it's the client, it's the spirit world. No camera in the world will bring forward that essence of what goes on in the room between me and the client and the spirit world. It's missing something. It misses an ingredient. And so the only reason it's being done is for popularity or for growth in an area. I hate the general, the generic. I can't stand it. I absolutely hate it. I wish there was more that I could do to stop that. The only thing I can do is talk about it. And what I must adhere to is not putting readings online or online demonstrations online for me to contradict my own belief or my own system. I see it as client confidentiality. It's like going to your doctor and telling your doctor that you have some problem downstairs, and you peer over your shoulder and he's doing a Facebook Live for the world to see, would be mortifying while you're in having a gynecologist check you out. That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? So I'm exactly the same as a doctor. It's very confidential what we are discussing. Me, you, the spirit world. I do not believe online is a place for that, in my opinion. And remember, you asked my opinion. That is my opinion. So I don't want any grief for it. It's the way I feel. It's the way I think. It's my opinion. So, Kelly, when are you coming to Australia for a workshop, Charlie, in person, please? We're trying to organise it now, Kelly. At the moment, it's just got to gain traction or momentum. So you sharing videos or talking about the lives or talking about the workshop on Saturday will help that momentum and speed up the process to getting me to Australia ASAP. So you and your people will have a lot of work to do also. All you want and more. Hello. Hiya. Stacey, thank you. No worries. Lisa Williams, I'm also on the Oz Zoom class. Cool. Look forward to seeing you there, Lisa. No problem. 7 oceans. And right, we're getting there now. So Phyllis, bye for now. Bye, Phyllis. Delphine, we have never met. A friend sent me your videos a couple of weeks ago, as I believe I am meant to be a true medium and I am at the learning stages. Good, good. I hope you can take something from some of the videos or the live feeds, Delphine. Very nice to have you on, and very nice that you are asking tough questions. Cool. You mean spirit? Oh my god, dying with that analogy. Oh man. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna round it up. You've embarrassed me there at the end, so I'm gonna round it up. I don't know what to say. You've thrown me off. So I've got someone who asked me. You, me, and Spirit asked me for a video on about time being a medium. That goes out to, what's the day today? Friday. It goes out Friday. You, me, Spirit. Your video is done, prepped, ready to go. That's going out on Friday. And maybe a little bit edgy. We'll see. We'll see. All next week's videos are lined up. So I do have a journal and a diary that I keep. I keep to one side. If there is videos that I can do a video for you, then I will absolutely try to do it. Send your ideas into the page on Facebook or via the website. Can I still do it? Yep. So via the website or under any video on the channel. Please, please, please subscribe if you aren't already, and please, please, please send your people to the channel. Share it to your social platforms, not the video. I mean the actual channel, to get the traction up and running now. Being as I'm gonna actually put some real effort into keeping this going, and it wouldn't be worth it if you guys weren't there. So we're all helping one another, aren't we? So I'm going to sign off for now. Thank you for everyone that has joined me this evening. Thank you for all having your input. Thank you for the people that did stay on and haven't summoned the courage to ask your question. But I always enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. And I'll see you all Friday in the video. Bye for now. I'm just going to switch this camera over, let the adverts do one quick cycle. And then I'll switch off. So thanks for joining me. Until next time, I'll get a date up and you can schedule it and see it from there. Thanks. Speak to you soon. Where are you?